Yeah, so taking the GTR out to Road America was super cool. Got to go up there and take a trip with my dad. And Dad is kind of the one that got me into cars, but also Road America is one of the most iconic racetracks in the world, and it's less than 2 hours from my house. So to be able to take an iconic car that you guys know means a lot to me, go with my dad, who means the world to me, and get some time up there in that environment with the GTR was super cool. Performance-wise, you know, the Sparco seat harnesses did really well. They held me in place. I was not moving. It was kind of interesting to adapt to sitting on the right-hand side of the car, which normally doesn't bother me, but sitting on the right-hand side of a car, literally ratcheted by the 4-point harnesses to the seat, and then wearing a helmet and trying to maintain spatial awareness of all the corners of the car in relation to the cones with a helmet on that was restricting my vision, restricting my mobility with the harnesses. It was pretty interesting.
All right, it's cold out, very cold. Tires are going to be cold, track's going to be cold, but should be a good time. We're just going to feel the car out and see what's going on. I wish I had heat. Apparently now the heat's not exactly playing along today, but it's okay, she'll warm up.
But it was fun, it went really well. Really the only thing that was kind of a pain was it was cold out that day, and the tires, you know, they got 255 steamrollers underneath Godzilla here, and they just wouldn't hook up. So I spent most of the time coming out of corners with the amount of power the car's putting down. I spent most of the time coming out of corners just, you know, kind of doing some Tokyo drift maneuvers with it, which was a lot of fun. And the cool thing was, because it was cold, it didn't really burn my tires off or take a bunch of life out of my tires, but it would have been fun to get the car to hook a little bit faster. But, you know, I just had to kind of lug the motor a little bit more and work a little bit lower in the RPM range before that switch really kind of takes off halfway through the power band based on the tune that's in the vehicle. So I had to kind of figure out how to drive this car in the cold weather, but it was a lot of fun. And getting it sliding around is, I'm never going to complain about drifting a car. So they had 3 venues for us to attend at the Fox Valley Sports Car Club Winter Autocross. They had a mini autocross, which was actually held on a go-kart track. That was really cool. Not a lot of deviation from the actual go-kart track as far as cone placement. You pretty much just ran the go-kart track, which is cool because it's super tight, elevation changes, a couple of hairpin turns. It was a lot of fun. The second thing they took us out to was a drag strip. I chose not to run for a couple of times, because if something's going to break on your car, it's probably going to break on the drag strip, not when you're cornering really hard. So I sat out for a little while, and then eventually a guy talked me into, I don't remember his name, he was driving a 535 X-Drive or XI with an automatic transmission and snow tires. He talked me into lining up a drag race. And the first time I tried to launch the Skyline at about 5,000 RPMs where it wants to launch, and I spun half of the 300-foot strip that they'd set out.
Nothing but wheel spin. I was way too high in the rev.
I feel like you could do better. You want to switch lanes?
Yeah, you got the good lane on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll switch it up. I'll try it again.
All right, I'll take the left lane.
I'll launch a lot lower this time.
The second time we lined up, we switched lanes, not like it was going to make a difference, but I did try to launch around 3,000 RPMs, and the car makes power, it makes torque at 3,000, but it just doesn't make that much. So launching at 3,000 RPMs just kind of, you know, lurched it off the line, and again, he just took paint off my car because he was gone. With snow tires, an automatic transmission, and an awesome launch point where the car, you know, his BMW is making a lot of torque and a lot of boost at 2,500. The tune in this car, the boost doesn't kick in hard until much later in the RPM. So, you know, you gotta kind of weigh the pros and cons. You want to launch hard and spin half the track and have a problem that way, or do you want to kind of granny it off the line and hope to catch up? And neither one worked.
Such a fine line, dude. I can't launch it.
And then the third thing they had us do was actually go out what they called the high-speed autocross track, and that was a lot less of a complex cone layout. And we actually got to go out near turn 14, which is the last turn on the Road America actual circuit racetrack. And guys were getting speeds 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. I did see a speed in the Skyline of about 100 miles an hour, close to 100 miles an hour at one point. But like I said, it was a lot less complex, a lot more open. I did miss my practice lap out there, so the first time I went out, and I went and just blew by a set of cones that I was supposed to go through, and one of the girls who works there pulled me aside and she goes, "Hey, do you know which cone you missed?" And I was like, "Nope."
Do you know where you're DNF'd?
No, I didn't get a practice lap. I have no idea where I'm going.
Do you want somebody to sit in with you?
That'd be
Let
great.
me find someone, and then I'll make sure somebody sits in with you the next time, okay?
Perfect. I'm in the left lane, so can I just go stage back up there?
Yep, you just go right into grid again.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And she ended up riding with me. Turns out she's a very, very good autocross driver herself. So she got to ride with me, showed me where my mistake was, helped give me some advice on my lines. And then just in conversing with her, I offered to let her drive the Skyline because she was a big fan of it.
I don't know this person, and she's driving Godzilla.
Hi, guys. It's going to be super weird, like, shifting with my left hand. I'm going to take it super slow. I'm good, okay.
On you. There you go.
Woo!
Got power. What do you think?
I like it. Wow. I like it a lot. That's pretty cool.
I'm not gonna lie, you were like ballsy next to those cones.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like we're going, and I'm like, I really hope I don't hear that ominous like thump.
Oh, so I have hit plenty of cones in my time. I've learned like how to get close enough. Obviously I mess up with that car a ton, but that car is my practice car.
Right.
Wow, that was super cool. Thank you so much for letting me drive.
Yeah, no problem. Didn't kill it. Didn't smash it.
Didn't kill it, didn't smash it.
Good time.
Yes, thank you so much.
You bet.
So we actually got to put her behind the seat and behind the wheel and let her take it for one little hot lap on the high-speed autocross track, which she thought was really cool. And I always like to give people an opportunity, certain people in the right situations, an opportunity to drive the car, because it is such a unique experience in so many different ways. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, all in all, very well done venue. Very well done meet by the Fox Valley Sports Car Club. Road America is a perfect host facility. I mean, it worked out outstandingly. The weather wasn't too bad. It was cold, but it wasn't too bad for Wisconsin in early March. It was. And I plan on taking this car back to the autocross track, as my time allows this coming summer, and hanging out with those people, meeting new car people, possibly doing some interviews with them, and seeing what this monster will actually put out for times when it has a fair fighting chance to grip the road. So we'll let the temps come up a little bit. We'll keep on enjoying the car in kind of daily commuting and weekend enjoyment ways. And then once those temps are up, we will be hitting the autocross track again. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.